I wasn't recording. Oh my god, I'm bad at this. Oh, you're fine. Play another guy though, so hands up binding goes off, you jerk. This guy, what'd you guys miss? I made a Mr. Broderick joke, which wasn't funny. That's about it. I said that this guy's art was pretty cool, and that's pretty much the extent of what happened. I also said that I have flyers. This is probably going to be a cakewalk for me. We're going to hands up binding that thing. I'm going to strap this guy up. And the fact that I have the next hands of binding in my hand makes it pretty ridiculous. We're going to go ahead and attack. This guy's going to take some damage. I also said that I have Sower of Temptation, which is sick because, no I don't. That means that when he plays something huge and scary, I just get to grab it. So that is pretty much all the information that you guys missed. I also said that Sower of Temptation doesn't always work because I believe that this guy has that one card that does that stuff. But I don't remember what that stuff is. So weird. And by that stuff, I mean it can't be the target of non-green spells or abilities, I think. It has haste as well. I don't remember the name of that thing. It's a big brambly fellow. He's quite terrifying and would not be good for me, I don't think. So we'll see what happens there. But I do like having flyers. I would like to have 2 flyers out just in case I have to hands of binding in a pinch, in a bit of a pickle. So I get 2 hands of binding out there. That thing's indestructible. That's good. I actually might just sow that thing. Tap down the 5/3, get the Sower out there to grab the 1/1 ooze that's indestructible, but his trample guys are going to be able to trample over it. Yes, I would. Play it on the 5/3. I could also just take 2 damage here. And I like that, because with this I get to rip 3 cards. Yeah, more options. More options is always better. I have a counterspell in hand now, even though it won't be able to counter anything. So that's a scary gentleman. I don't love that. Weirdly enough, though, I still grab the indestructible guy because then he can just block down the 4/3 and eventually start killing it and doing all sorts of fun stuff like that. So I think that might be this turn's play. Even though I don't get to play anything else, I do eventually get the 2 hands of binding out, so I'll get to tap down 2 of his guys every turn, which will be really good. I'm at 13, which is not a great feeling. This deck has overrun, I'm going to assume, which is pretty bad for me. I could also just flash in Zion and then Sower next turn. So I could flash in Zion, counter a 3-mana spell, and then play Sower when it is Decipher, say target. Okay, I don't believe so, so I can still put it onto my dudes when they're protected, so I'm going to go ahead and pass turn. I'm going to get hit for a lot here, but hopefully not a ton, because I can counterspell some stuff. 7 is not great for me. I don't have to play the counter guy if he doesn't make me. I think, no, that's not the thing. We'll play this thing. This is kind of regrettable. Well, Huh. I mean, this is going to go really well for me, but still. So I can target that thing. It effectively can't be targeted right now, so I'm just going to put that on that guy, and that'll go off twice. I'll attack for the 3. I'm going to tap down everything but the 14-14. I'm going to take possession of that second main. This has 2 triggers. I'm going to use both of them. Tap down this guy first. And then first one resolves, which is that guy. And then once we move back into an actual step, I'm going to go ahead and grab this 14-14 gentleman and have him come over and sit on this side of the field and hang out for a while. Radical. Okay, that worked out pretty well. I've got lethal on the board. I can make some more of them, not that I'll need to. And that's game. I get to tap down 2 of his guys every turn, which is really nice, but he has fog, I believe, but I can counter fog with this beautiful little fairy right here. So let's go ahead and even out and call it a day. 6, well, that's 7, 10. Gotta make sure he doesn't fog here. I assume that deck has fog, probably doesn't, and that'll be game. That's pretty good. I like fairies. I like blue. Like I said, I mean, modern green is way worse than blue, but back when I was originally playing, I liked green. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I'm glad you guys were able to join me for that one because I did not hit record and I was 100% sure I didn't. Like I stopped talking mid-sentence and I went, I'm stupid. So we're going to get into another match here in a second. God, we'll get back into the swing of things, guys. Please bear with me. Don't be mad. You know I love you guys. Watch this guy be running enchantments. Like that green-white enchantments. I have not seen it. I haven't seen it in forever. And watch it, is this guy just the very first card that comes out, like just from him gripping up, just ruins my life. I don't like this at all. I'll keep it because it has the cycling in it. But other than that, I'm not happy. I'm not super happy. Cerebral Vortex will be nice. I don't know. Ooh, a Bushido, which means that this is actually really good because it just burn through and like kill his whole world. I just need to rip a blue then. That's pretty good. Oh, let's get tricky. Stay on red. I think we're the only that land on the left there, though. I think this is the only deck that has that, so he might be on to us. We're going to get hit. Plus, we want to, we're going to have the electrolyze and everything. I just want to keep the red showing just in case. Don't want him to bounce. Like, that's just not great. Well, now we have to play it. We'll just go to town. See what he plays. Be reactionary. That's what this deck does. So we'll sit, and if we get to the end of his turn and he hasn't done anything actionable, I'll just grab 2 cards. Take a bit of damage, but whatever. I'm at 18, so Bushido will never go off against me. What's that thing? It's a 2/2. I'll just put him off a turn on that one. Not Vortex just yet. Sure. Remand number 2 comes out. Even out the mana. We still got the Electrolyze. We've got the Storm now, so I won't use the Remand because I can just end step kill both creatures that he played. So that's fine with me. We obviously knew that we could have done that last time. I just wasn't sure if that's the play I wanted to make or not. Looks like he's having a little bit of land trouble, which is not unheard of in that deck. I don't know if he's running some kind of white equivalent. I have no idea if that's even possible. I don't think that it is. I'm going to go ahead and allow that to land, but we are going to cast this for 2. Tidy up his side just a little bit there. So now we're able to Remand and Vortex the same turn, which is the new plan. We've also got 2 Electrolyzes. We need 1 more mana to be able to use both of them, but... So what we're going to do here is throw out a quick Remand and put that back into this gentleman's hand. Rip a card. And then end step, we're going to flash it up again. Cerebral Vortex me. I'm going to take a little bit of damage here, but we are going to get 2 cards. Lands, not spectacular, but okay. Char's not bad either because it's going to kill most everything that he has in that deck. We've got the Banefire, which... 5 damage right now, so it's not outstanding, but we do have the Electrolyzes, so we can go ahead and just kill this 2/2 that he so desperately wants to have say hi to us. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I feel really, really comfortable just because of the amount of mana that we have out. I think he's going to start running into a problem where he doesn't have... Let's not, because we got the Banefires. You know, I mean, I was going to go ahead and just char up his Nug. Probably should have, considering the new amount of damage that I could have done. So, I think it's time to get to work, because we got the 2 Banefires as well. So we're going to have this thing hit. We're going to go ahead and kill it with Electrolyze. This is not a good matchup for him. I didn't get a lot of my board wipes, but I did get a lot of stuff that's just wrecking this guy's whole life. I don't know what he could have. 1 mana counterspell, maybe? We're going to go ahead and char him, though. And just get to work. I mean, it's definitely past time to get going here, so... Lands are fine with me, because then I can just Banefire him out. Oh, God, this is just a massacre at this point, because 8... I can do all of it, so that's going to be 11 damage right there, and then just Banefire him on the subsequent turn and just win. I do like playing this deck because I think it's very analytical. I think it's a great way to just show players how to play the game. I really do. I don't want to sound full of myself or anything, but I think I play it adequately, and I think that we really... I think this is kind of the basics. I know it's weird because it doesn't have creatures in it, but it really teaches you about the stack and everything like that. We're going to go ahead and just take this guy out with a little nugget there of the 5. It's a very tidy deck. I still like it. It, of course, gets completely blown out by green-white enchantments, but it's a good deck. That's a good deck for me to get back into the habit of things, too, because we're talking about cards. I didn't really bring them up. I haven't brought them up lately the past couple days, this recording day. So I'll try and do more of that. But I do think that's a good deck. Maybe I should have started off with that deck. Well, maybe it would have been too much for me to handle at the time. But we're still in our recuperation here. This is recuperation week, okay? This is getting back in the habit, getting back on the horse, going and taking it to people with that deck. That's a great deck. I don't know what all else we have to do that I haven't done. We could do slivers. I don't really want to do slivers. I mean, it's not about making me sad. It's about getting me back into the swing of things. So I might just run enchantments a little bit because I know we were working on that one. Enchantments, I might run Samurai because Samurai's kind of fun. But other than that, I mean, shit, like, I don't know. Aren't we pretty much done? I mean, I guess I never 60'd Demir, but I don't know. I'll have to check through the sheet and see what all I've been missing. I think we've 60'd most of these, so I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, you guys. The question I wanted to ask you is, would any of you guys like to see Soulforge played on the channel? Because I'm, like, deep into Soulforge. An expansion pack just got released for it. It's a lot of fun so far. I have a great setup for recording the iPad on the big screen for you guys as well. It's going to be in very beautiful, you know, HD facsimile quality there. Because, you know, there's upscaling and everything that goes on, obviously, with the iPad screen. But it looked really good, and it's a really fun game. You know, you can Google the whole history of it, but made by people who worked on Magic, and a lot of deep strategy. It's gotten some flack for being too simple or hand-holdy because it's got lanes and very defined mechanics and very defined strategies, kind of pre-cooked strategies for those lanes. But it's actually a super complex game. I've really enjoyed playing it so far. So I would be really interested in playing that on the channel, because it's Tech Daily Duels, not necessarily Magic Duels, but we'll see what happens, because, you know, we've always had Magic Online kicking around. It's just that that's such an expensive thing that I'm not sure. I don't want to say it's not worth it, because if you guys would be entertained by it, it's obviously worth it, but I'm not sure that it's cost effective right now, because finances, obviously for me, have changed dramatically in the past couple weeks. Things have obviously been crazy with me moving out on my own, and then the confusion over whether or not, you know, I have a job and stuff like that. So it might not be a good time to get into Magic Online, but, you know, with Andrew coming over to record more often, hopefully, that might be an option. So anyway, I just wanted to run that by you guys. You let me know what you think down in the comments. I will read every single one of them, I promise you. And I will see you all back tomorrow.